Welcome back to Nightmare Paradise. On the 20th episode, finally,
Hmm.
we're, um,
Oh,
where last we left off in a big recap for our player here, Austin, that was on a little bit of a vacay from the D&D.
I had to get headphones.
Yep. Last we left off, and kind of like mixing up a little bit from where you remember, Austin, is you guys were up bunkering down for the night. From when they bunkered down that night, they decided to go back, mainly because Demi insisted that they get a little bit more information before running out again, scared to the nine. When going back into the Hell's Laboratory, and Solverine's staying up because he doesn't want to go near that place. He doesn't want to go deep inside the laboratory anymore. These guys figured out the console was burning hot even more than it usually was, and there was a person.
Yeah.
Yep, and there was a person out talking to a wall. Sounds like they were talking to themselves.
All right.
Two members, being Theramore and Solverine, walked down to go talk to this mysterious person in a disguise of spider and wolf.
Okay.
Going to talk to the mysterious person, they see it's a man and is the researcher that actually worked at the laboratory, in the same one that demonstrated out a new type of cure they were working on before all of Tamriel fell. Now, when talking to him, they kind of noticed that he was scratching at his arm, his neck, his face, and just everywhere in his body, talking very weird, very frantic, and kind of talking to the wall itself. Getting closer to them, they both back off, and a giant Aeomaton rips from the wall, looking directly at them and everybody else, even Demi and in horror. Your character, Torvald, in horror, and Sovereign also in horror, as a giant automaton is looking out, screaming out and ripping out of the wall as the man says, being Cain Albatross revealed, saying, "All of
Oh, I
you
like that name.
will feel the blessing of Core."
Okay. Okay.
That's Qor, right?
Yep, QOR.
Oh, God damn it.
You will be healed by Core. You will be feeling the blessing of Core.
Okay. So.
In such fear, everybody flees the scene as this giant Aeomaton runs out of the
Okay.
wall. And when I mean giant, like not giant size, more of like colossal size.
All right.
So really big.
Really, really big.
Oh boy, not good. Not good.
Running out of all of the terror, leaving the laboratory itself entirely. As soon
I
as they
told
all,
you guys it was a bad idea.
as soon as they all flee straight out, Solverine went out like a light, unconscious, as they were all being dragged straight into the beach side of all of Tamriel. And as soon as as Demi was checking on him, everybody was checking on him and trying to get their bearings. Theramore had touched Solverine on the shoulder. Her eyes rolled back, glowing in her head, and opening a door to a past Solverine. Seeing around as the time is different, it is 1089.
All right.
Yep. Seeing that the time is different, it is 1089 in the past. Oh, there's Becca.
Hey, Becca.
I'm just doing a recap. You're fine.
And so at that point, that was the point where she saw the vision, right?
Yeah, she is still seeing the vision. She's still in the vision.
So when we all left, I mean, I guess we're panicking right now, so we wouldn't really know. But did we just leave her behind?
No. Let me rephrase this so you can understand this, Mike.
Go for it.
When you were knocked out, she touched you on the shoulder, and she's in your mind. She's in your memories.
Right, but when the
She
when
did,
Kane, Albatross, and the automaton, the huge thing,
I
came
did-
out of the wall, we
I
all
had-
ran.
I said all of you. That does mean all of you.
I see. Okay.
That doesn't mean a handful of people. No, when I say all of you, that means all of you.
Gotcha. So the vision thing happened after we got out, then.
Yeah, because you're on the beach and she touched you on the shoulder.
Okay, good. I forgot what order that happened in, and I'm pleasantly.
Beach, touch on shoulder, vision.
Okay.
She is in pretty much her
Let's
memories, kind of figuring
Grab
out
it.
what is happening here, and she notices there's a kid knocked down the bed and a man talking to him very harshly while he is unconscious in a coma state. Come to figure out when the man leaves, says the last words. Good death and happy birthday, 58. Leaves the room. There are more notices and sees that is a young Solverine. A young Solverine, right around like 11, 13 years old, knocked out, with a lot of bruises and burn marks on his arms and legs, mostly on, like a bit on his neck and face.
I made a huge mistake there. I thought I would.
Okay.
He's knocked out, and now time to see what Solverine sees in this vision. Same year, Solverine, except you are not seeing another person's at your bed manner. You're not seeing anything. It's pretty much what you see is a deep abyss.
By same year, you mean the same year as the 1089?
Yes, same year.
Okay. Deep abyss.
You jolt and wake up in that deep abyss, kind of like sitting on a white gurney bed. No monitors,
Oh, damn.
no wires, no one right beside you, and you do see, like, on a little nightstand table on your right, you do see flowers in a vase.
I'm gonna kind of like lean over a little bit and go and pick up the flowers.
You go to pick up the flowers, and there's a card on one of them, and it says, Happy 11th.
Kind of squint a little bit. I look at my hand. The one that had been cut off. The metal one.
You are fully seeing burn marks and a hand. An actual
Still
hand.
there.
Not your metal one, but your actual hand.
Is there a reflection in the vase of myself?
Yes. You look
Kind of look at it.
You look at the reflection of the vase. You notice that your head is taped up. Kind of like your eye has like a few bandages also.
I try to like do like the rotate thing with my arm
It's a little bit stiff, but you're able to like to pop a little bit of it just to get it like reassured and everything.
Kind of look back at the paper.
You look back at it, still says the same thing, Happy 11th. And you notice another flower on there has the same card, but it's different a little bit.
Kind of look at that.
It says Happy 12th.
I take the one that says Happy 11th and I just kind of toss it off the side of the bed into the abyss.
You do that, and you hear what sounds like a little bit of like water drips as it hits, and the paper submerges.
I look at the number 12. Are there any other papers?
There is one more paper on like one more piece of flour.
I kind of look at it too. I toss the number 12 down into the abyss as well.
And it sinks, kind of picking that card up, and you notice that it's a bit charred, and there's a bit of dried blood on it, and it says, Happy 13th. And the handwriting's a bit different.
I swear she stopped playing just so she could talk.
I know who wrote this one. Or I can use my best knowledge to assume who wrote this. Would I know?
Give me a history.
Sure. Okay. It's not very good. It's a 11.
This looks very familiar, and usually whenever you get like when you see documents and stuff like from paper and everything, it's always like next level, next day, next level, like going up the procedures, and it's like pretty much the same handwriting. It is the lead. It is the lead scientist's handwriting. The man behind the whole entire plan. It's his handwriting.
This one, I grab it and I tear it down the middle, place it together, tear it again into equal parts, and I just slowly heat up a firebolt in my hand and just incinerate the paper.
As you do that, give me a Constitution.
Constitution.
I don't care how much this hurts me. 12.
Oh god.
You go to burn it in that hand, and as soon as you do it, your arm starts to light back on fire. It is hurting, so I would say take 3 points of damage.
I just let it hurt as long as the paper's burning.
And like as it's burning, and you like open up your hand, you see the dust, the ashes starts floating up as you drift it out of your hand. As it fully dissipates, it turns to dust.
I just throw it out into the abyss.
As you're sitting in like your little like gurney bed, you notice out in the distance you see a red balloon.
Oh god.
Clouds. Yep. Looks like tennis is done. I'm going to just kind of I'll just watch it for a little bit. I mean, I don't see balloons often anymore. They're kind of mesmerizing, just if they're floating around everywhere.
It's in that one space. As you watch it for, I would say, like a good 3 minutes, you see a person walk from the shadows on, again, on both feet, grabs the balloon, looks right about your age.
Any
And
features I can make out from this distance?
what is your passive?
It's passive perception is a 12.
A good bit of detail from what you can notice is the hair really isn't medium. It's kind of short, kind of like dirty-ish, dark brown, blackish hair.
Okay.
Eyes are pretty,
Dirty brown.
yeah, like dirty brown, almost black hair. Kind of looking at it a little bit. Um, the eyes are sharp, kind of focused but sharp. Features are kind of feminine, but you can tell, even like on the passive perception, that the person that you're looking at is indeed a male. Kind of is wearing the same clothes that you're wearing, like on a like in an emergency gown. You can see his ankles are taped up, his arms are taped up. And a little bit of a scar on his right cheek.
Okay.
And just staring at you.
What are they standing on? Because as far as I know, there's just abyss around me.
They're standing on the ground that the paper that you had before that said 11 and 12 kind of just stink.
Rested on.
Yeah, kind of just like stink through. They didn't rest on. They swung straight through the bottom.
I kind of like get up out of the bed and just like try to walk towards them.
Stand off the bed and walk towards them. I would say a few seconds, and you're right in front of them. You two are like right at the same height, and you're like within like handshaking distance, I would say. Kind of holding
You
the,
need to get out of here while you still can.
kind of holding the red balloon. I've been here for a few minutes. Well, from what I can definitely say, more than a few minutes, probably years. So I'm kind of hoping that I'm fine here. What are you doing here?
I made a mistake. I'm not supposed to be here. And I want to leave as soon as I can.
Kind of like tugs on the balloon a little bit.
You have scars too. Did they hurt you?
It definitely hurt bad. I mean, I want to get out here as much as you do too. I mean, they hurt, but at least I have a friend on the team that they work with that is very nice. What about you?
I have no one. I only share the pain that you share, but I have none of the friendships. This is not the kind of thing that I imagined I would be doing when I was this age.
Neither.
What is your name?
Kind of looks at you. My name, and holds out his hand as he's holding on to the balloon. I I am Lance.
I call me 58.
They call you, and you notice as like he had out his hand to shake yours, kind of like
I kind of reach my hand out slowly too. You
Come-
never let anyone hang.
and like goes to like to touch it as soon as you said that number. 58.
What is your number?
And kind of like tugs on the balloon a little bit and lets go as you see the balloon kind of like float up into the air, passes through the top, and phases through. My number is 58 as well.
Oh, that must mean that we must have been put in at close to the same time and are being researched for some of the same things. Do you have magic as well?
I have forms of magic, yes, but they are kind of painful.
The only magic I can use hurts me.
And
It is strong, but it hurts.
kind of like rubs at his arm.
Did you get that from using magic?
Yeah, but they do give us special supplements to heal back faster, even though it really doesn't work as much.
It makes it to where I get the same thing, yes. It makes it to where I can cast a little bit more and stronger. But they say it doesn't hurt, but I just stop feeling the pain, but it still is destroying me.
And kind of like grabs his other arm and starts rubbing. The burns, they tend to stay even more.
It is painful.
At least 8 tests over the span of a week. That's really all they can offer, but they tend to take back in certain stuff. I never got your name. I've gotten your number, but you
Oh,
you do have name, right?
I'm sorry. Yes, my name is Saverin.
You notice.
It is nice to meet you.
You notice as Lance pauses.
Is something wrong? Did I say something wrong?
And you notice as you see him start to walk backwards.
Wait. No, don't go. Don't go. They will see you.
And kind of notice at like a knock on a door that you hear abruptly around, and a form of a door opens, showing
I
a light.
grab his hand and I start running.
As soon as you go to grab his hand, you kind of notice the look on both of your eyes starts to flare. The same color-ish. And notice from that light, you see a humanoid figure, shadowy humanoid figure. Alright, wake up, boy.
Wait.
Time for a little bit more test. Don't worry. If you get hurt, we'll just give you a little bit more supplements. This time we have much more of the good stuff. Instead of the pills that we've been giving you, a good old needle should work.
I'm like looking back and forth to this guy and Lance as well.
And you
Does
know
he
that
seem surprised that there's an extra person in here?
he doesn't look surprised. In fact, he's looking at you in fear.
No, no, no. Just leave. Just leave, please. I don't want to do this anymore.
As you are like grabbing him and pulling him from going out, you notice that like your pull is not like you are pulling him, but you are kind of getting pulled to where you are forced to let go. Walking backwards, looks and goes up and says, yes, I will go. Um, um, I, I, I will obey." And walks, looks at you, waves, and you hear that voice. And who are you exactly talking about? Whew.
I just don't say anything.
Okay. Um, I will say this. As you see him walking away, because I have to fix a little bit of the audio, my bad.
It's okay. No worries.
You notice as he's getting pulled off, kind of waving his hand, and kind of hear him say, like, "Who are you talking to?" And noticing as that shadowy figure walks through, you notice that there is a tall man of elven nature, glasses rimmed to where you can't see his reflection, looks in your direction as you are not only in front of the gurney bed, but also like standing out. Looks pessimistic kid talking to his own shadow. What a sad boy. Oh, oh boy. Kind of walks away, not noticing you.
My bad, guy.
You're fine. Kind of not noticing you, but also walking away, grabbing Lance on the arm as hard as he can, pulls him through, and closes the door to where that light is gone, and you are stuck in the abyss by yourself, and you see the vase slips off the nightstand, crashes onto the ground as you see
I just kind of run and jump up on the bed and just scream into the pillow.
go to run and jump, screaming as loud as you can, straight into the pillow, and kind of zooming in onto the broken vase. There are two roses. Well, correction, one rose and one violet. And you notice as the rose starts to pelt away, losing all of its buds.
I reach down, like grab some of the petals while they're wilting. Just holding them until they disappear.
Kind of holding them, and you hear repeatedly into this dark abyss.
You shouldn't have talked to me. They're going to be a lot harder on you now.
Get up and try it again. 58. Hearing on that voice. I don't want to. Don't want to. It hurts. It hurts really, really bad.
Jump up and run to the door where I can hear the voices.
You gotta run and like hit that wall to where like you're. I would say also in his desperation is trying to open. You can't open,
Yes.
and like you're trying to open it and you can't open to where like you're just pulling on nothing, hitting on nothing repeatedly.
Ran my shoulder into the door to no avail.
You're hearing it. Get up, try again. It hurts. It really, really hurts. Arms.
I just yell, "Stop! Stop! You're hurting him."
Kind of yell out. I don't want to do this no more. Please let me go. Kind of like still hitting at it repeatedly.
Can't you tell he's in pain?
Get up! Do it again until it's perfect. Get up!
He's doing the best he can.
To where, like, you hear a blood-curdling scream of pain, yelling out, still crying out, crying out in huge pain.
I light the door on fire.
Constitution, once again.
Saving throw or just a check?
Saving throw.
22.
As you go to light the room on fire, do not take damage. As you go to light up, I'm guessing, are you using one hand or both?
Both hands simultaneously.
Kind of like screaming out and letting your hands ignite that whole entire abyss into flames. Kind of like burning straight out. Trying to like burn this whole entire place. Ascender, and like you're trying to get that door open. You're trying to get that like pitch of light open. You're trying to, and like you're screaming out, "Stop hurting him!"
The flames are so loud I can't even hear myself yelling anymore.
Kind of caught yelling in that pain, and kind of like walking back, stopping, sitting at the front of your gurney, kind of like holding your head, like holding your hands on your head, and you just hear, pick him up and toss him out. Seems this experiment was a failure. Oh, and I do say, as you hear the sound of something being tossed out, someone being tossed out.
I just go back to the same blank deer in headlights stare that I've always had.
Happy birthday. After going into that stare, and I would say like a tear flies out before everything vanishes into dark. Happy birthday, vanish. 58. And ending your prelude of your memories. Switching on to Theramore, to where she is looking at the young version of Solverine, and I would say noticing that for a bit, still noticing him, and the man walked out. A few hours go by, to where you are no longer inside of a hospital room. You are outside, and it looks like you are being dragged and tossed on top of something not moving, kind of stiff. You get up, Theramore, and you are looking around, kind of moving from who like you are thrown onto in the cold rain, in the gray clouds in the sky. You're noticing that there is a kid missing his arm. A kid that is
Oh,
barely moving.
yeah. This is a memory, so there's nothing I can do.
Kind of like holding himself still, you notice there is a figure walking past you, like completely through you, with a cloak on, kind of like heavily built, very tall, and looks, sees this kid, seeing this young Solverine whimper in pain, crying his face out, holding his missing arm, and kind of is whispering to him, speaking, shh, shh, shh. All right, calm down, calm down. Oh my, what did they do to you? What did they do to you?
It's just unconscious.
Conscious, moving, kind of whimpering still. See him pick up the kid. Oh no, what did they do to your arm? You're cold. You're on fire. You're scared. Kind of like looks around. Okay. I'll see if I can put you back together. Kind of like notices like a lot of dried, like kind of walks through with that cloak on, and you notice in that cloak a little bit, Theramore. Give me what is your passive perception?
Oh shit. I woke up from a nap. I don't have fucking shit out. Hold on a second.
Can I just say bravo?
You fucking woke me up. No, you're on my
Bravo.
shit list. 18.
Bravo to 18. Bravo to me or bravo to Becca?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how well she rolls.
She had an 18 for a passive. So
Okay, both.
okay then. On a passive perception, you're kind of noticing in that cloak, like in a bit of a raincoat way, not more like a fully like fledged cloak. You do notice facial hair and a small tint of glass as well. And like this person is really big, like really big. Kind of like walks through you. The time that I take a visit in Tamriel and I come upon this, this is really messed up. How many people have they, by the scales, and and walks like through you and straight up to a hill. Sovereign, older you, comes up out of the memories as you are sitting on the ground right behind Theramore as she is seeing all this.
I can see Theramore too.
You can see Theramore.
So I'll be the one to put my hand on her shoulder this time.
Oh, fucking damn it.
And I'll just say, this is my home. I've lived here
Wow.
longer than half of my life. So I guess that makes it my home.
Definitely not what I expected.
I just kind of look up.
rain still falling, everything in a bit of a tangle. And kind of noticing as you see that man in the cloak kind of like take off the cloak a little bit to where like it starts, the rain is still falling, but he's kind of in a bit of a shade. And you're noticing and kind of figuring out for the first time, he looks familiar to you, Theramore, still with an 18. And on a 12 passive Solverian, he also looks very familiar, but handlebar mustache, shades, kind of takes him off for a little bit and like puts him on.
Is it the bar dude?
And kind of noticing.
The bar dude? Wait.
My notebook's on the ground. I don't fucking feel like grabbing it. I know the one in where we've been staying at.
At the same one, kind of looking.
You talking about Angus?
I
Oh no,
think
Angus
so.
was in Angus is in Denali though.
But I did say he was taking a visit in Tamriel.
So it could be Angus. In fact, it is Angus.
Kind of looks over a little bit. I don't know who I should go to for this, but and the one time that I look around for like an ingredient, and they tell me it's all the way here in Tamriel, but I did not expect in like this specific area.
Child.
Oh my. Well,
Yeah, that was not the only one that they found in these dumpsters outside. You know, I just so happened to be the first they found. That was like me, without an arm already. They found others. I saw them because when they took them back to kind of where everyone else was, there was a graveyard where they buried the ones who didn't make it.
Well, that.
You could count dozens, hundreds even. Just
These
kids
people are
like
still
me.
doing this?
Probably. I mean, I don't know anybody that would have stopped them. I mean, they've operated, as far as I know, under the guise of doing research in order to help children, make them stronger.
That's what a school is for, not a research project.
Well, they get away with it by saying that the kids are already terminally ill.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm lucky I survived.
From the looks of it, honestly, you are.
I just kind of shake my head. I kind of wish I died. Though, because there's someone out there that's probably thinking about somebody who went missing from the dumpster, and it's probably thinking where they are now, and if they could possibly rat them out. But who would believe me, you know? I partially speak like I'm crazy as it is. They just think I'm mad.
Someone out there would definitely believe you. I'm sure the rest of the party would. Well, maybe. There's a couple that could be skeptical.
It's my word against an organization who has lots and lots of money.
Money don't mean anything when others also step up and say the truth as well. Just takes one person sometimes.
Where's he going, by the way? We just kind of lost sight of him. Where did he go?
He is.
I don't know.
He's gone because that's the last time you remember anything at that age.
I specifically remember that he told me that he picked me up and rescued me. I can't believe I didn't recognize him before. I felt like Angus was somebody that I knew before, but I just didn't want to say anything. I don't think he recognized me. He didn't say anything to me.
Well, just because someone doesn't say anything doesn't mean they don't recognize you. Maybe
That's
he was
true.
just waiting
That's
for
true.
you to recognize him. Not make it awkward.
Maybe he knew there was someone else that was in the building that, if he recognized me and called me by my name, that they would probably have some sort of lead. I'm glad we got out of Denali when we did, and I don't think we should go back to Avon. Or
You don't?
Claurum, either. Without me being in some sort of disguise.
Well, where would you want to go?
Well, I guess we can't stay here. Have to go back to Denali.
Well, we can't stay here. That's definitely out of the question.
I could say, as you guys are pretty much catching your bearings and talking, Theramore puts her hand on your shoulder again, as you both kind of blaze out, and in a span of a good hour and 45 minutes, as you both wake out of your trances, seeing Falchion, Torvald, Kino, and Demi standing as you both wake. Becca,
Yes.
I know you are not capable to do it now, but do this later. I will remind you after it ends. I'll text you this. But put this as an upgraded version of King Mine. Instead of calling this a form of detect thoughts, call this a detect memory. This detect memory, it also can be a level 1 spell slot. No, not level 1. Level 2 spell slot. You can use this as much as your spell slot has you. Also, if you want to flavor text this for an easier chance, it's still going to be considered level 2, but it can be used once per 2 days. Once per 2 days.
So it basically grants an extra level 2 spell slot on top of being able to be used as a level 2 spell slot at any point.
Yes. Just in case if she uses it and she has to wait that day, she can force it by taking one of her level 2 spell slots.
I see.
This not only works on anybody in your party, local ally NPCs, or depending on how good you roll your wisdom, it can be used on enemy NPCs.
Oh.
It's called detect memory. It's a
You
form
can
of
dig into their thoughts and read memories and stuff.
Yep, because it's going off of her keen.
I'm teenage those motherfuckers.
Yep. It's basically going off of her keen mind. It's an upgraded version of her keen mind.
I see.
No, I see that I'm teenage those motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Except better.
Falchion, what's your worst memory? Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Bro. I know full and well what my worst memory is. Is she trying to read it right now?
Oh, no.
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 Anyway,
Okay.
enough of me giving
No.
people ideas.
Now, I will say this: if you do try to read anybody's memory, whether if it's enemy NPC, ally NPC, or your party members, and they do not allow you in there, you guys can actually make an opposed intelligence to force her out.
I see. So in that case, it would be like she's using it on someone that's trying to guard the memory, in which I guess it would be like an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah, it's an intelligence saving throw. If they fail it, they are forced into the mine. And as soon as Theramore comes out, it will drain their intelligence and their wisdom by 2.
If they resisted.
If they didn't resist it, because she's forcing her way in their mind, it'll drain their intelligence and their wisdom.
I see. So, remind me not to let you look into my brain.
Without permission.
You guys don't know this. Hell, I don't even think Theramore knows this. This is probably done by accident.
Yep. Becca.
Feels like I haven't seen y'all in weeks.
Becca, keep this.
I haven't seen y'all in weeks.
I want you to keep this in mind, Becca, and I don't think she is going to remember. I will tell you this: it's by any form of touch, even the slightest touch being your pinky, like skin on clothing, skin on skin, skin on feathers, pretty much anything. The closest touch, you will be forced to do detect memory if you fail a throw, causing you to like keep your balance, or if you get knocked back into someone, you will be forced into that. But we will make a roll in it. It won't be like a random out of nowhere just because I said so. It's going to be a
Add it to the Wild Magic Surge table.
That's what I was going to say. It's actually going to be part of her wild magic on her wild magic table. If you roll an even, if I'm correct, we have even that is your safe for you, Becca. And it's odd if it's odd that you have to do it. If you roll in the major, I would say, yep, let's do this. It goes to 1 to 99/100. If you roll a 100 straight, or if you roll right around like the low 1 through 23, if you're like 1 to 23 or roll a 100 straight, you are going to be shot in that memory by a random touch.
Lovely, lovely.
So quite literally, roll high, but try not to roll low as well, because you will still get the wild surge effect, but with the detect memory activating as well.
The next time you touch somebody, you'll be forced into seeing a memory.
Even if you didn't want to, it's gonna happen. And if you get that
I'm
reference,
quite literally Danatos, motherfucker.
yeah, you are
Ooh,
calling
that was close. High five.
you're calling yourself Dane Atos, but if you've seen Fantasy High, you know exactly who I'm talking about. You know, no.
You can't tell me this does not sound like Dane's signet. This sounds just like Dane's signet.
It is, but it's also both Riz and it's both a Riz. Because you remember when Riz actually jumped in? Yeah. You remember now, Michael? Where he went in
I forgot, but thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, because he went in there by accident and he got everything. Oh, Jesus. I miss Fantasy High. But continuing. You guys are waking up, kind of hiding in the dune. Demi is shaking both of you with tears in her eye. It kind of looks at you. Ah, thank God! Ah, flip the scales.
What
I'm not
happened?
dead yet.
Ah. You know how bad you guys were knocked out for?
What?
You guys were knocked out for 3 hours!
Wait, Theramore, you slept for 3 hours?
I guess I actually slept for once. That's weird.
Meanwhile, and I would say at this moment, arrows are being shot, and Tarvold is swinging at the giant Aomaton.
Wait.
Oh,
Kind of like noticing at the beach side, you are seeing this freaking colossal size Aomaton kind of dragging on the ground with looks to be tattered flesh. And you notice
Ew.
Cain Albatross in like this dark, gooish kind of corruption from his hand to his arms. His hands are kind of looking like sharp talons. And kind of like walking around, gringing and like cutting at the grass, kind of like swiping at Tarvel. And Falchion is kind of like shooting arrows at this giant Aomaton.
Should we help them?
Dim is looking, I don't know. Yes!
Okay. Battle suit on.
As soon as you engage in battle suit, I need everybody here to roll initiative.
Yep, we gotta do this now.
Alright, roll initiative, write it in the chat because that is all we have for tonight.
hey, that's pretty good. Let me type it out here.
If it's a nat one, still at it. If it's nat one, still at it.
No, it's not a 1, but I expected it to be higher because I've been playing a rogue.
Have you been playing a rogue?
I have been.
There we go.
There we go. Hopefully it doesn't get automatically deleted for some reason like last time.
Do not worry, I'm gonna have it written down just in case.
Alright.
Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which tab do I want to write in? Let's go with blue.
Woohoo!
Alright. Freaking pen. Also, I want you to write this in your notes, Solbrains, but I have to ask you a question first.
Yes.
Do you feel more comfortable with Theramore after kind of her notes, like knowing your story a little bit more? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel trustworthy?
I actually, okay, so something that I thought was going to be difficult, now that it's out, I'm relieved. So yes, I do feel more comfortable.
Actual combat training.
Theramore, how do you feel about Solvery now?
They look like they're big.
I still see him like my child, like one of my children.
Okay.
That hasn't changed.
Everything you look at, the tones of their faces
Let's say
just like that.
right in your tabs when it comes to like your allies / organizations. Right in like the name for both of you, for like Solverine, for Becca, and Theramore for you, Mike. Put in close, very close allies, as in and slash it a bit and put family.
I'll start that here, left there.
Okay.
Alright. Are we still on the same day, or do I need to mark down a day for that thing that I'm keeping track of, Kaz?
No, you are still on the same day. Do not worry. Don't mark down a day.
Okay, so we're still on 2, so 2 more long rests.
You got a magnum. That would have made him well brought.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for Demi. That's pretty standard for her. Roll for
Gonna say the man boy and his shit like that. It's supposed to be right after episode.
What is your dexterity, Solver?
It's only +3.
What is like the number?
Oh, sorry. I believe
But if you want,
it's 16.
by the end of it, yeah.
So you go before Demi,
First going and the thing.
because I'm
Has
writing
to
this
do
down for next session.
Mm-hmm.
bounty hunter deals, everything else like that, it's all in on the kit. Yeah.
Alright, let's see.
That's why I think, no, not bad.
Did Gabe roll for initiative?
I don't know. Gabe,
Yeah, I did.
what'd
I'll
you
tell
roll?
you what I got.
Write it in the chat.
Because, yeah.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah,
They got all.
here's what I got.
And alright. I will make a small little battle map next session, and we will get the fight heading on. This is a mini boss for my players and everybody to know. Core and Kane Albatross versus 3D. And I will say this. I am extremely hyped for next Sunday because we finally get to do this fight, and I've been wanting to do it in the original campaign and could never have. I'm very glad, and I'm so glad that you guys kept your stories. I'm so glad we didn't go off kilter. I'm really glad. I am very, very glad. Till next
I'm
time.
glad I took a feat that gives me fucking a first level cleric spell.
Magic
Did you go cleric initiate?
No, I did one of the feats. Give the metallic dragon gives me cure wounds.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
If anything, I'm so glad we're doing this. Get ready for the mini boss. Get ready for something special afterwards. Until then, always have a good night. Keep God in your mind, sleep with the angels, and never forget your stories. Good night.
Good
No
night.
promises.
Night.
Promise